So if you're black, you're saying that you're it. If you're it, that means you're civilly mortus. If you're civilly mortus, that means that you're civilly dead and you have lost your civil rights. Which is why all the marching, picketing, whatever these people are doing, people are still getting shot up or whatever because you're civilly dead. How's a dead thing gonna fight for life and rights? Like a dead thing is not gonna get respected as living. And the only way that you can be alive in what we see happening outside right now is by changing civiliter mortus to improper persona. Because we already know that civiliter mortus leads us to civilly dead and loss of civil rights. Now keep in mind that the loss of civil rights, because what's the copyright for that one?
For the Black's Law?
Yeah.
I believe it is copyright first 1891, and then 1910, and then 1933, third edition.
Okay. So 1891, they had this definition. 1891. At the same time, the Supreme Court said that civil rights is unconstitutional.
I don't understand why they repeat in the 60s all over again with Martin Luther King. Did they not see that movie already? Don't they know what happened?
Clearly not.
What the hell is wrong with them?
Clearly not. Because civil rights has been unconstitutional since the 1800s. And then today, 2016, these people are going to let their leaders go up and speak on their behalf and say that they want civil rights.
I don't understand.
Asking for an unconstitutional right to be recognized to the people who made the right unconstitutional. And want to know how come
Madness.
they're looking at them like,
Idiots.
okay.
In terms of Martin Luther, I know he did a lot of civil rights marching, right?
Yeah.
And done a lot in Canada here.
Yep.
So my question is, did those guys, did they have a nationality? Did they proceed with that?
They didn't proceed with the process, and if they did proceed with the process, that's what got them killed.
No, they didn't
Put it like that.
proceed because remember that speech from Martin Luther?
Yeah.
He went to the mountaintop. He
Right,
realized
right,
what was going on.
right,
And
yeah.
that's why he was killed. He was
Yeah.
going to proceed, but after that speech, they killed him, right?
But we don't really know. It could have been something that he did. Like he could have proclaimed that I'm a Moor,
Could have done that, yeah.
right? He could have proclaimed it and just not did it public
Yeah.
like Muhammad Ali did.
Yeah.
He just kept doing the king whatever.
Yeah.
Just like Malcolm kept doing the Malcolm.
Yeah. But
After he was Al Hajj Malik Al
But he spoke
Shabazz.
out. Wasn't Malcolm very verbal? That's why.
Yeah, he was verbal, but he wasn't verbal that I'm not Malcolm X no more.
Yeah.
Call me,
Khabib Muhammad or whatever his
right?
name was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was still trying to accommodate the Negro, black, colored, dumb Negroes who he knew they weren't getting it.
Yeah. But I can understand those people back then. I really can. But today, I just don't get it.
No, but even back then, when you look at Martin, he changed his tune.
Yeah, he
He
did.
wasn't going with the civil rights thing. He started realizing,
at the last.
civil rights isn't really what it's about.
Yeah.
It's really about human rights.
Yeah. Well, it
Same thing with Al Hajj Malik Al Shabazz.
they were trying.
Realized that, hold on a second, it's really not about complexion of skin or whatever.
Yeah, well, they found out late, right?
Right? They found out late, but that's in the biography of Malcolm X. Like that. The instant when he came into that, that's in his literature. Now everybody says they got the book, they honor him, they got the book on the shelf and all that stuff. Okay, well how come you're not going to the part that he doesn't deal with white black stuff? How come everybody keeps showing the stuff when he's clean shaven and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the militancy of the black white, no, that was over. Why are you going back there? If we're gonna go back then, why don't we just go back to, you know what I mean, red and go back to pimping women and selling drugs and stuff. If we're gonna go back.
Yeah.
But we don't want to go back there because he reformed himself to be Malcolm X. Well, yeah, but he reformed again to be El Haj Malik El Shabazz. So we're supposed to go from El Haj Malik El Shabazz then, and then go forward from there. We're not supposed to be going back to the stuff that he came out of. And then that's the issue with our people. Same thing, Garvey, right? Like, we just go down the list of all the people.
Yep.
As soon as they start saying something other than the Negro black BS that our people are accustomed to and that they adore and love, oh, now they don't want to listen to them. Now they can't really go with, you know what I mean? It's like with Khalid Muhammad. Came out and told people, yeah, we're more.
Yep.
And so what happened to everybody else? Who said that they back him? Said that they honor him, said that, oh yeah, he died, they were there, they held the casket, they put him in the ground, all that stuff. Okay, well he said he's a Moor. You guys saying that you're black.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna.
And he had that big whole thing on TV too, speaking out, telling them.
Yeah, but I mean that was old though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was old. He wasn't even on some talking about Moor. We're talking about maybe 8 months to a year before he got killed. He told these people that he's a Moor. And they don't deal with it, right? And why? Because everybody realizes that the status, civiliter mortuus, applies to people who don't have nationality. They want to call themselves things that you can't be a human being and say, I'm a chair. And force people to accept the fact that you want to be a chair. Like force them. Lay down the street because we want to be chairs. We want chair rights.
And they get angry.
Burn down people's businesses and stuff like that because they don't want to recognize that you're a chair.
Have you spoken with that girl, that leader of Black Lives Matter?
Oh no, them people ain't talking to us. They got the
She's
email.
so angry.
Yeah, they better be angry. They're black.
She's hired.
I think she's.
Look up black.
God, it's
And I bet you angry is in the definition of black.
She might be paid too.
Oh yeah, and she's paid.
Paid
Yeah.
well, so she
Yeah.
gonna
Oh yeah.
listen to it.
Paid well. And again, you know, they're not speaking about that.
I should have found the article.
Got one. I think I got one.
You got it?
No. There's a place called Stonewall Inn in Harlem. Stonewall Inn. And then Stonewall Inn was this gay club that got shot up or whatever like that. And then they made the gay club a national monument.
Who did?
The so-called government.
Oh, okay.
Right? They made the gay club a national monument. So I was watching a documentary on how that became a national monument. And then they started talking about the founding of the gay rights movement and how the gay rights movement was created in order to jack the energy of the Black Power movement, which they did. Where gays have more rights than blacks right now. And they've been had more rights than blacks.
Yeah.
And blacks been begging. I never seen that gays line the street yet for any march picket. Yeah, they might do that. But they're not doing that because they don't have the right. They got their own washroom with the half man, half dress stuff right now.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah. They got their own washroom.
Wow.
Trannies have a washroom.
Okay.
Their own washroom. Not a men's washroom or a women's washroom. half man, half woman washroom. They have that right now.
Oh my gosh.
Would that
Oh.
be able to be misrepresented in the future? Like if they were to take pictures and say that they were segregated?
And say they're segregated.
Because they had to go to their own washroom.
Right, yeah. I mean, it could go there because they give them the right to have their own washroom. So who's to say 20 years from now, they're not disgruntled or whatever, and they say, oh, you guys segregated us, we want to come back now to the everybody washroom. Yeah, but you guys said that you wanted to, like, you made us make signs or whatever, put signs up all over the world, now you're talking about you want to go back to the regular washroom?
Just go back into the regular washroom.
But what's the show?
Oh,
You know, what's the show that they even have the right to that, and blacks don't have nothing yet. And they don't want to realize that it's about their status.
You know what? I grew up in England. We have our issues back there, but not like the ones here. This whole black and white thing, I didn't know anything about it until I came here.
Say that again.
Say it again?
Because we're recording, right? And our people think that black and white people is a world phenomenon.
Oh my God, I like.
When they don't realize that that's only in North America.
Yeah, I like when we came here, it was all this black and white thing. I was like, what are they talking about? We didn't get it.
Never will.
And it's like, it's just, we could not believe.
Yeah.
And
right?
the Americans are the worst ones.
Now, let's go with this now. So.
Wait, sorry, could you just supposed to say it again?
I just did.
Before you move on, can I just do impropriate?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Impropriate persona, Black's Law, third edition. In one's own proper person, it is a rule in pleading that pleas to the jurisdiction of the court must be pled in propria persona, because if pled by attorney, they admit the jurisdiction, as an attorney is an officer of the court, and he is presumed to plead after having obtained leave, which admits the jurisdiction.
So you're supposed to be in your own proper person with a nationality. For us, we say Moorish American, Moor American, American national, Moorish national, LB, LB, Ali, whatever, right? We have our proper person that we're bringing ourselves back to. When you put yourself in your own proper person, when you put yourself in your own proper person, that's letting you know that yourself wasn't proper. If to be in your own proper person means that you're doing it, right? So one's own proper person, not like when you look at Charter of Rights and Freedoms or whatever, and it says everyone. And people look at that as, oh yeah, it means everybody. Okay, no, it means the individual, right? So you have to be in your own proper person. You putting yourself in your own proper person keeps you out of the jurisdiction of being under somebody else to govern you.